Great service it's done, in my opinion, is it's introduced design to generations of Americans that didn't know it prior and maybe wouldn't have learned it. I didn't get it in school, I got it from my family, but now having done design on television for 17 years, there's a whole generation that started watching at 10, that is now 25 and 26, that come up to you and say, I'm a designer because. I'm a designer because that thing you did. I'm a designer because I watched this show. And that, to me, is one of the most rewarding pieces of doing television. It's just the access to give away design. I think also that Americans feel like they deserve design. Often, we don't think we can have that nice of a thing in our home. And I have to convince people that this isn't a luxury. This is just something that makes you feel great. And the art of living beautifully isn't always expensive. So to show that in many different creative ways, I think television, yes, has been a huge force. It's better than a textbook, and it crosses all economic, racial boundaries that we have. Can I say that I wish home television could emulate fashion television a bit more, in that the reality of what we do is so hidden. The price of what it costs to do is always lied about. I feel like food, fashion, all of these different senses in television are more provocative and have permission to get cool. Like, we're not just serving chicken nuggets on Food Network. I mean, they're daring you to eat, whatever around the world. But for some reason, in home, it's so clunky, and we have to say so base. Probably because it is so expensive. It isn't a carrot or a bolt of fabric that we're buying. It's people's life savings. But it is something that I'm definitely working on trying to push, because I think we've been stuck since I started. In 2000, we've been doing the same old thing, surprise, and it's a couple grand, and that's not the truth. But the fashion is telling the truth, and the food is telling the truth. It's our turn.
Though I will say, I'm sorry, Jane, I will say this though, on the topic of what you were saying about the designer's own worth and compensation not being part of the equation. When Heidi says, I can't believe that you did this dress for $200. Well, it's $200 for the textile. That would represent about perhaps 10% of the actual retail price. So we're looking at a $2,000 dress, Miss Sloan.
Yes.